Good morning, and welcome to our annual Hall of Fame Assembly. Today, we honor those seniors who have been elected to the 2025 Catholic High School Hall of Fame. Today, we will honor 10 outstanding seniors selected by the faculty in the senior class for induction into our Hall of Fame. We will begin the 2025 Hall of Fame induction ceremony as we begin all things in our lives, with a prayer to God who calls us to change our world and gives us daily strength to sustain us on our journey. We will stand for prayer and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Let us now stand. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Christ, the source of our thanksgiving, we have come here trusting in you, believing that you dwell within us, counting on you to be our companion as we move through our lives, especially during those grace moments where we recall our good works and honor those who have done so much with their gifts and talents. Remind us often that you are with us. Keep us mindful of your presence, be our strength, grant us guidance as we continue on our journey through life. Help us often to remember that truly your power working in us can do infinitely more than we can ask or imagine. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What is the Hall of Fame? First conceived of by the PCHS Student Council, the purpose of the Hall of Fame is to create a means of honoring those students who best exemplify what it means to be a Crusader. The very first class of honorees at Catholic High was inducted in 1982. This year, we will honor our 44th class of Hall of Fame members. The Hall of Fame recognizes those seniors who have consistently exemplified Catholic High School's core values of selfless love, commitment to excellence, personal integrity, and commitment to service. Induction into the CHS Hall of Fame recognizes those students who have sincerely lived our school motto, Pro Deo et Patria, for God and country, in all aspects of their lives. Candidates of the Hall of Fame are nominated by the senior class, all sports teams, clubs, and extracurricular organizations. The names of all nominees are then compiled onto a ballot. All members of the senior class and all faculty members then vote on 10 of the nominees on the ballot. The seniors with the highest number of votes are inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Our first inductee into the Hall of Fame has been a member of the National Honor Society, Senior Retreat Team, Mu Alpha Theta, Math Team, and Robotics Team. Recognizing our school's commitment to service, this senior chose Make a Difference Day as one of his favorite service activities because he saw it as an incredible opportunity to help the community with his friends. A fan of engineering, cars, and playing sports, he has also been an instrumental member of the cross-country team and credits AP World as being his favorite class because the lessons learned are riveting stories of history. When asked about the person who has helped him grow in his faith, he says it's his mom because she has been a model of faith for him to see growing up. So let us now honor the first member of our Hall of Fame, Ace London.
The next member of the 2025 Hall of Fame has been involved in the National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, St. Vincent de Paul, Senior Retreat Team, and Spanish Club, just to name a few. Her love of the Catholic High community is well evidenced in her participation in these organizations. One of her main goals is to make people feel included, and one of the ways she does this is as editor of the Charisma Yearbook, where she works hard to document the daily lives of every Crusader. Although she spends much time pursuing her academic career, she also devotes her life to service and loves sharing her faith. She thanks her parents for always bringing her to Mass and freely expressing their faith, and especially credits her mom with teaching her to always see the good side of life. Born in Japan, this crusader loves reading, playing tennis, ice hockey, and anything Taylor Swift. Please welcome our next member of the Hall of Fame, Molly McCarthy.
Our third inductee into the Hall of Fame is a student ambassador, member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and a devoted member of the football and basketball teams. His love of sports has inspired him to become involved with the Special Olympics, where he says he loves to help other people have fun and make new friends. When asked who in his life has helped him to grow in his faith, he answered that it was his parents and teachers, who all influence him every day. This crusader plans to take all he has learned to UWF, where he will attend college. In the future, he wants to coach just like his dad, who was one of his role models. This fan of fishing, sports, and hanging out with his friends says his favorite inspirational quote is from St. Paul's letter to the Philippians. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Allowing himself to be shaped by faith, integrity, and service has led this young man to the selection in this year's Hall of Fame. So let us now honor Tucker Adams.
Our fourth inductee to the Hall of Fame has been a member of Student Council, National Honor Society, Student Ambassadors, Rally Club, Varsity Soccer Team, and Senior Retreat Team, to name just a few. Through her participation in these groups, she has helped build up our school's community. Additionally, she has found fulfillment through Operation St. Nicholas and the Thanksgiving Food Drive, her favorite service projects. She said she loves being able to provide food and gifts for kids and families who otherwise would go without. Taking this message to heart, this young woman has found great joy in serving both her high school and larger Pensacola community. When asked whose life has been an inspiration to her, she answers that her mom has always been an inspiration and says, "Through her constant volunteering and her encouragement to go to church, I have learned how to live my life in Christ. She constantly gives me examples of how to live as a true Catholic, and I'll never be more thankful." This lover of the beach, her friends, babysitting, and traveling is our fourth member of this year's Hall of Fame, Emma LaCour.
The fifth member of our Hall of Fame has been a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and Student Ambassadors, but really made his mark as a defensive end on the football team. This future student athlete at the Air Force Academy says his favorite service activity at CHS has been working with the Special Olympics on Make a Difference Day, because it allows him to teach something he loves to kids who have special needs. This Crusader lives his life by the quote, "Either you run the day or the day runs you," which is evidenced by his success in all facets of his life as a student. He says that his favorite experience in high school has been going on to the state semifinals. A fan of the beach, pasta, and rap, this Crusader says that while he looks up to many people, all he wants to be is himself. His dedication to greatness is what makes him the fifth member of our Hall of Fame, Jeremiah Shelby.
Our next inductee of this year's Hall of Fame has been involved in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Wounded Warrior Project, St. Vincent de Paul, Student Ambassadors, and currently serves as Senior Class President. Additionally, as a member of the Senior Retreat Team, which she says is one of the most meaningful things she has done at CHS, she was also able to mentor underclassmen and give them someone to talk to and look up to when they needed it. As a member of the cross-country and lacrosse teams, this senior is known for being a leader and a positive and encouraging role model to her teammates. This All-American and multiple team player of the year mentions that her favorite memory of her time at Catholic is winning the girls lacrosse district championship for her first time ever in her freshman year. Outside of academics and athletics, the senior loves to bake chocolate chip cookies, listen to Taylor Swift, and hang out with her best friend, Ella. When asked who she wants to illuminate, she lists St. Therese of Lisieux, Mother Teresa, and her mom, who inspires her to trust God and lean on him in everything she does. It is because of her faith and hard work that she is named our 6th member of Hall of Fame, Julia Frosch.
The 7th member of the 2025 Hall of Fame is an active member of the school community and is involved in St. Vincent de Paul, Seder Surfers, Wounded Warrior Project Club, Rally Club, Student Ambassadors, and is the student body president and founder and president of the Sports Media Society. He says that the most meaningful work he does is with Rally Gulf Coast because of the ways he is able to help with childhood cancer research. In fact, he created a new fundraiser this year called Capturing for a Cure, where he's able to use his love of photography to raise money for his favorite cause. Photography and production is where this senior has found his calling, creating and hosting Catholic High's first weekly athletics podcast and being an invaluable help by photographing the events of the school year. This future student at the University of Alabama spends every Sunday going to Mass and brunch with his grandfather, who he credits with helping him grow in his faith. In his free time, he loves to travel, go boating, eat Mexican food, and cheer on his fellow Crusaders as a good boy. This Crusader's favorite quote is, "God is greater than the highs and lows," and lives by this faith daily. This young man has done much to serve his school and community. It is therefore fitting that he be named as the 7th member of the Hall of Fame, Jack Barter.
The next inductee to the 2025 Hall of Fame has been a member of the softball team and basketball team, student ambassador, Animal Awareness Club, and the senior retreat team. Athletics is where she has found her place, and she wants to major in kinesiology at Prairie View A&M starting in the fall. Athletics is also where she enjoys spending her free time, as she volunteers with the CYSL and helps the Catholic's athletic trainer. When asked about who impacts her faith, she lists her grandma, who takes her to church every Sunday. But she also names her older brother as someone she looks up to because he pushes her to always be the best athlete and person she can be. This lover of softball, Chipotle, dogs, the beach, and the color blue says that her favorite memory from high school is attending football games and getting food before all the softball games with her teammates. Even though she has so much on her plate, this senior lives by the Bible verse from Philippians that reminds her that she can do all things through Christ. It's her talent, commitment to excellence, and hard work that she has been named the 8th member of the Hall of Fame, Morgan Smith.
The 9th inductee to the Hall of Fame has been a member of St. Vincent de Paul, Rally Club, Wounded Warrior Project Club, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Senior Retreat Team, and Student Council. He has also acted as an altar server at our school-wide masses. He lists peer tutoring as his most meaningful service activity at school because he is able to see how his service and teaching has a positive effect on others. This cross-country and track athlete says some of his favorite experiences as a Crusader have included traveling with his teammates, enjoying dinners together on the road, and doing what they love in big competition settings. When asked who he emulates, he names his dad, who has worked for success in many aspects of his life. This senior has followed in his dad's footsteps by starting and running his own business. This lover of running, vanilla sweet cream nitro cold brew, and the beach lives by the mantra, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And this motto has helped to make a huge impact on the CHS community. Please welcome our 9th member of the Hall of Fame, Aiden Baker.
Our final inductee into the 2025 Hall of Fame has been a member of the Pre-Med Club, Rally Club, Student Council, National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Robotics, and among others. She also has been a member of the senior retreat team, working hard to plan and lead retreats for the students of CHS. As a member of the track and cross country teams, she says that some of her favorite memories of high school are the cross country meets and bus rides with Dean Fauché. When she's not focused on academics or athletics, she likes to eat sushi, play with dogs, even though she's allergic, and hang out at Emma Vislay's house. When this future Seminole was asked who has helped her grow in her faith, she lists her whole family, but especially her grandma, because she's a great example of faith and loves others. She also lists Mr. Meyer as her favorite teacher because, as she says, he's the best ever. This senior will also be someone's favorite teacher in the future because she wants to teach kindergarten. Her dedication to putting her best foot forward is everything she does, and she was chosen as the 10th and final member of the Hall of Fame. Emma Thompson. Congratulations to our new inductees to the CHS Hall of Fame. At this time, I will now introduce our guest speaker, Peter Moget. Peter Moget is a senior partner at Levin Papantonio Law Firm. He is recognized as one of the nation's leading litigators. Peter was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, but grew up in Pensacola. He is married for 30 years to Katrina and has 3 wonderful kids, Paige, 27, Madison, 25, and Peter James, 22. All are graduates of Catholic High and Florida State. Mr. Peter Moget attended Catholic High School, class of 1987, but before he was a Crusader, he was a Spartan at St. Paul's Catholic School. He earned his Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, majoring in finance from Creighton University, Master of Business Administration from the University of Portland, and graduated from Samford University's Cumberland School of Law. Mr. Peter Moget has been practicing law in Pensacola starting in 2000 at the age of 30 and has been with Levin Papantonio Law Firm for almost 20 years. Most recently, in the national opioid litigation, he was selected to serve as co-lead of the distributor and pharmacy cases and on the plaintiff's executive committee in what has been called the largest and most complex case in the history of jurisprudence. He was credited as one of the key negotiators in the nearly $60 billion settlements and was co-lead of 2 trials that went to the verdict and resulted in a $1.5 billion in settlements. These 2 trials were the primary catalyst for the $60 billion in national pharmacy settlements.
Good morning. Congratulations. It's a huge deal. Congratulations to Mom and Dad. All the investment, obviously, you've put in to your kids to get them where they're here, kids in quotes, to be recognized as the top of what already is the top at Catholic High is a huge accomplishment. So congratulations to all of you. This is a remarkable group, and congrats and good luck going forward. What I want to do today is walk through kind of what I've put out as a roadmap and a series of kind of decisions you have to make in college and beyond. And the good news, bad news is today and tomorrow is a new day. And depending on where you sit and depending where you are in the class, that may be good and it may be a little frustrating. Well, one of the things that I thought was really cool about sitting here and listening to everything that you all have accomplished in the commitment to excellence through service integrity was how excited your classmates got. I saw some tears. I saw a lot of emotion in how happy people were for y'all. That says a tremendous amount about you guys. It says a tremendous amount about the culture of Catholic High, that folks get that excited for their peers and that excited for the kids that y'all have grown up with to be here. I think it says a lot about the leadership of Catholic High School. When I was here in 1987, I recognized a few faces that we played on this basketball court. Where's Michael Smith over here? Michael Smith and he was a heck of a lot better than I was, went on to win a national championship at Georgia Tech in football. And not a lot's changed as far as the closest to the community, but what has changed over the years is how successful Catholic High. When I was here, when Michael was here, we had about 80 kids in every class, and you all now are all approaching 200. Through the leadership of the administration, through the coaches, through the faculty, through the commitment, this place is an incubator for success. There is a ton of talent in this room. Sister Kirsten, when Sister Kirsten took over, which was probably at just about the valley of Catholic High, and is now ascended to the top that it's ever been, and continues. Every time I think you can't win any more awards here, can't get any better, you guys hit a new level. Coach LeBounty, same way. When I was here, we were just about terrible in every sport, weren't we, Michael? We weren't too good at anything, maybe other than cross country. Now, sports program, it's so much fun to come back and see the energy in this school, to see the energy on the fields, on the courts, in cross country, track, academics. It's really fun, and I really appreciate the honor to be back today to talk to you. And what I want to share with you on this roadmap, I got a few different kind of exits and entrance ramps along the way, is not necessarily stuff that I did right, but other way. Stuff that I did wrong that I wish I had the opportunity to go back and do, and it caused, I'm going to call it a hamster wheel, where I was kind of spinning, and it took sometimes years and sometimes decades to kind of unwind with maybe a little bit more attention I would have paid sitting in these bleachers. They weren't as full, but these bleachers years ago, if I would have paid just a little bit more attention, I think it would have made my life and journey a lot smoother. So roadmap number one, where I started, good news and bad news, today's a new day. And as you sit here today, my goal is to help you flatten maybe the learning curve, and just a point or two that you take with you from here to help smooth out your journey to the next steps, whether that be college, military, jobs. I think almost 90% of you all will end up attending college afterwards. And there's a few things that I wished I would have done better to make my journey a little bit smoother. So today is a moment in time. And where are the freshmen? And I kind of a little mixed up. We got seniors here, where are the freshmen? All right, so freshmen, as you get started and you go through this journey, as you get to the seniors and around this gym, it seems like a long time. 4 years in your years seems like forever. In old people's years, 4 years goes by like that. And I suggest that enjoy and capitalize on this phenomenal culture that Sister Kirsten has built here, and I promise this can launch you into heights and success, however you define success, from here. So roadmap number one, today's a new day, and start from here. So when I left Catholic High, when I graduated, I was probably bottom half of the class, which didn't leave me a lot of options for school. I ended up having to go to a great school, but it was expensive. And I didn't really fix that in college. I kind of just showed up. I went through the motions. I did what I had to do. I graduated. And then I continued that pattern. And so I was 21 years old. I finished college kind of the same way I did Catholic High, ho-hum, nothing too exciting, but a lot of student debt. Then I went on to graduate school. I got into a decent graduate school, nothing crazy, no scholarships, but I continued to rack up debt, same thing. Then I got to law school, and it took me 5 years to get to law school. And I don't know if you'd added the years, but I started practicing in 2000. I was 30 years old. That's a long time to wait. I waited 5 years in between. I had a great time. I made had some great experiences. It was in a journey that's kind of helped me be a better lawyer where I am today. But I was 30 years old when I finished. I went to 3 expensive schools in a row, and my wife and I, Katrina, who's here with me today, racked up about $200,000 in student debt. In today's world, that's probably $300,000 or $400,000. So think about that for a minute as you make decisions as freshman, sophomore, junior, senior about how are you going to punch the clock here at Catholic High, and how are you going to punch the clock? Are you just going to show up, or can you put in some effort to maybe not do what I did? So as you go through this series of process, think about the $200,000 or $300,000 or $400,000 in school debt. That's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month to pay it off. And what kind of pressure does that create on you in life? And Katrina and I started off, when I talk to my kids about stuff like this, I call it the journey. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy your process. Enjoy, smell the flowers along the way. But what it created at $200,000, $300,000 in student loan debt is a lot of pressure and a ton of stress. Katrina and I had 2 kids when we were in law school. Highly would not recommend trying to have 2 kids in law school while you're going through, which is extremely difficult. So Katrina and I, in order to pay that $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in school debt, got our car dealer's license. And we sold, you all call it now, side hustles. So we sold used cars. I would get home at night. Katrina would have a kid in one hand, and what do you call those little things, the baskets, and then another kid here. We had 2 kids. Katrina was selling used cars. I'd come home at night, all to make a few $1,000s extra a month to do what? To pay school debt that, quite frankly, if I would have done a little better job when I was sitting over here and working my way around the gym, I wouldn't have had to rack up. When I was in college, if I would have just paid a little more attention, gotten a little bit better grades, maybe I wouldn't have had to go to an expensive law school. So I created this pressure cooker to start life off that I couldn't unwind fast. And I think it took me till I was in my 40s and for Katrina and I to pay off our student loan debt. So pay attention. Grades matter. Do I mean that you need to get straight A's? Heck no, you don't need straight A's. Do you need a good, solid grade point average to get to the next space, to get to the next level, and continue on this journey and open doors, have options? So work hard while you're here. Enjoy your time. Same thing in college, but you get a new day today. Start, if maybe you haven't hit the levels you wanted to hit, start over tomorrow. It's not too late, but I suggest don't wait till you're 26 or 27 years old, and then it takes you a decade or 2 decades to unwind and work through some of the challenges that I created for myself. Roadmap 4, entranceway, exitway on the direction. The path to success, and however you define success, is definitely not a straight path. It's a zigzag. You might change majors. Your parents might get frustrated you're changing majors. It may add a little more time. You may not get the promotion you wanted. When I came back to the community here in Pensacola at 30 years old and I started looking for a job, some of the law firms in town wasn't so sure because of my academic pedigree wasn't really all that solid. So when I came back, my starting over here as a freshman was still chasing me at 30 years old because I went to schools that were maybe not middle of the road. And I remember Katrina and I were in the hospital with Madison, our second daughter, and I got a call from a law firm here that wanted to know what I scored on my entrance test for law school because they didn't think maybe I was smart enough because I didn't go to a top-tier law school. So I was still chasing. So when I came back to town, Levin Papantonio wouldn't even interview me. I didn't have the academic pedigree, which is kind of funny because 10 years later, they brought me and my department over, but in that 10 years of selling used cars, pedaling fast, I created so much stress at home. I didn't enjoy the journey. I didn't smell the flowers along the way. Why? Because I was pedaling, man. I had to pedal to pay that $2,000 or $3,000, $4,000 a month in student loan debt. I had kids to feed. I had cars to pay. All of that was so unnecessary if I would have done more than punch the clock along the way. So in that zigzag path as you go through life, don't give up. Don't stop. Life's going to hand you some hurdles. You're not going to get the promotion. You're not going to do well on an exam no matter how hard you study, but keep pedaling. Keep rowing. Your goals and your objectives going forward from this day forward are just to keep open options. What are my options? Just keep them open and work hard enough to make sure that you can create those options. Now, direction number 5, or roadmap number 5. This just seems a little counterintuitive, and it took me a long time to figure this out, and quite frankly, I'm still working on this. But some of the biggest goals in your professional life will be to collaborate with others. And that's what I thought was cool in this room when you guys were all recognized about how excited your peers says. It says a lot about you all, but the collaboration component to being successful in the business world and surrounding yourself with people that are smarter than you is extremely important. As I think I've already demonstrated, I was never shooting to the moon on the academic track, and I always surrounded myself with people that had different skill sets than me, were smarter than I was, and could help cover up some of my weaknesses. Team building is absolutely huge. We can borrow from our friends and family that are in the military here that do a wonderful job of team building. Surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. Collaborate with them. And the other piece of this that I think is hard sometimes is to bring other people with you. To when the elevator goes down, send that elevator down there and have somebody brought back up. So when, say, for example, you're recognized for some accomplishment or something you did, point to others that helped you get there. I know for me, if it weren't for a number of people in my life that pushed me up front and that recognized me, maybe when they could have taken all of the glory for specific accomplishments, and they brought others along with them. And that's a little counterintuitive, because you're like, man, I've really worked hard. I deserve this. I should be up front. I should say, I should be the one that's getting the glory for this. But if you bring other people with you, and you create a team environment, and you enjoy helping others to succeed, there's 3 kind of different kinds of people in life. There's givers, there's takers, and there's matchers. And I promise you, even though sometimes it hurts, the givers are the ones that come out on top over and over and over again. It's the people, just like I just saw here, that are excited and happy for their colleagues and their peers. The givers are the ones that everybody wants to bring with them. Sometimes that hurts. Sometimes like, man, I really don't want to stay at work tonight to help you on your project. You know what? I'm in this team concept at school on this project I'm working on. I really don't want to help, Johnny, because he's a slacker. Well, get everybody moving. Give back, push, drag, push from behind, lead from up front, whatever it takes. Bring others with you, collaborate, and push other people up front. Have fun. Have fun, I think, is entirely important. I was super serious when I got out of law school because I felt like I was so far behind. So I was focused on me, I was focused on my success, and I didn't really have a lot of fun. Well, how much fun is it to hang around with somebody? Maybe they're doing well, but it's not a lot of fun. I wish I would have enjoyed the process and had more fun along the way. And quite frankly, I think I would have gotten there a little bit quicker if it would have been more fun to hang around with, rather than super serious and everything had to be perfect. And I'm still working on that, as I'm confident my wife will support. Sense of humor, and be a good friend. Be loyal, and I think that's incredibly important. And all those last few parts about collaboration, bringing others with you, having fun, and being loyal to your friends are entirely important. And maybe it's just not being loyal to your maybe it's just not your friends. Maybe it's your teammates, somebody you think that doesn't work hard. or that doesn't deserve it. But be loyal and bring people along. I think one of the biggest drags in the business world is this constant drama and people talking about Susie and Johnny and whatever else. But focus on the positives, bring people along, enjoy your success, and enjoy other people's success, I think are some of the most important things. So as you leave here today, I hope I gave you a couple just directions on a roadmap that you can employ as you all get started in life. I promise you, as I kind of sit here, I was talking to Sister Kirsten and sitting in this room, I promise you, I played basketball in here 40, 45 years ago. It feels like yesterday. This goes so fast. And everybody says it goes fast. All the old people tell you guys, well, enjoy it, it goes fast. And when you're your age, you think, yeah, whatever. I couldn't believe how fast this went. And enjoy it, work hard, and whatever you choose to do, whether it's teaching, law, engineering, doctor, it doesn't matter. Think big, think change. I don't care if you don't have the academic pedigree. I don't care if you don't come from the right background. I don't care if you might not be the smartest person in the room. It's super intimidating when you walk into a room. I do it all the time, where everyone else in the room is Ivy League, University of Chicago, Stanford, and I'm this redneck from Pensacola, Florida, with a half-baked academic degree, and I promise you, no one works harder than me. I promise you, no one hits the room more prepared than I am. You can do that, you can accomplish those things and working hard while enjoying this, but I promise if you put the time in now, your life will be a little smoother, a little less bumpy, and you can enjoy it. So success is always a series of small steps. Nothing huge happens that launches you. It is decisions. Start those decision making today. Invest one day at a time, and don't wake up like me and think at 50 years old, wow, this was great. I have a great family. I have a great wife. I got fantastic kids, and they've heard me and Katrina and I talk around the dinner table like this for 3 years. But our kids, when they were sitting in this gym, wasn't too long ago. All of them graduated from Catholic High. And I hope they don't mind if I share just a second as I close with some of their stories. But they were all good, solid kids here. They did a good job. They got good grades. But they didn't set the world on fire. They weren't in the top 5 or 10%. Paige, our oldest daughter, and they're all graduating within a week of this year of each other. Our oldest daughter's graduating from dental school. And she was in honors classes here, but not the top, not the top of the top. Madison's finishing law school, and PJ's finishing engineering program at Florida State. And PJ over there sitting in the front row, which I think is really cool that he wasn't even in the double math. You know, when you start math here at the top, and you have the two maths in the beginning, and then you have all the fancy math. PJ wasn't even in that program. He hit Florida State in the engineering program, and another kid from Catholic High hollered down at him when they were in an engineering class who wasn't all the fancy math here, and he said, "Hey, PJ, what are you doing here?" And he didn't even think PJ belonged in the engineering program. Punching the clock, working hard, putting the time in is where you get it. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you having me. Thank you, sister.
Thank you, Mr. Mogi. We really appreciate you being here with us today. Thank you, Mr. Moget. We really appreciate you being here with us today and for the message you delivered. We would also like to thank Sister Kirsten, parents, families, friends, Mr. Hardy, Ms. Fuquay, Ms. Remke, and the CHS Technology Department. At this time, all new Hall of Fame members will leave the gym with Mr. Hardy for a group photograph in the chapel. We will now dismiss to E period or first lunch. Seniors are now dismissed.